This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the winter sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. We've got a pair of postseason games for our basketball teams, hit the courts for the first tennis action of the year, and go out to the field for another women's lacrosse game. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. And Stryker. Discover your strengths and follow your passion with us.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the LTU Sports Report, the official show for Lawrence Tech Athletics, bringing you all the action every week. I'm your host, Gabe O'Neill.
And I'm your host, Jenna Skelski. We have an awesome show for you guys that is highlighted by the first postseason of 2019, where our men's and women's basketball team go off to the WAC playoffs.
Along with those exciting games, we bring you our first ever Alumni Spotlight feature with a former women's lacrosse player, and we give you some helpful information on an app that just might change your career path.
That's right, Gabe. The success of our graduates is LTU's top priority. But before we get into that, we're going to go take a look at the highlights from when our men's tennis team played Grand Valley State University.
So a lot of positives. We played probably the number 2 team in the GLIAC, and I thought we competed very well. You're never happy about a loss, especially a 9-0 loss, but I thought the kids played incredible.
Our team overall did well, even though we lost. It was a very good competition against a very solid Division II team, Grand Valley State.
We played a tough opponent, a tough, good D2 team today. I played a good opponent. I played pretty aggressive, but sometimes it wasn't enough. You know, I got up to the net a lot, but I couldn't always finish out the points.
The match was pretty intense for me. I played a very solid guy. He had very deep ground strokes. He was very stable. I competed pretty well. We had a lot of tough games. It was very close, but unfortunately, something wasn't enough. I guess like a little bit. I needed to be a little bit more stable at some improvables. Needed to improve my volley game, but other than that, it was a pretty good experience, and it was a very tough team.
We have to play up. You know, we could play NAIA teams and we could play Division III teams all afternoon and do very, very well. But if we're playing Division II teams, then we're competing, then we're getting stronger. We're just getting stronger. My job is to make sure that the kids understand that win, lose, or draw, we're getting stronger as a team. It's sometimes tough to get through a young man's head, especially a freshman who likes to win or probably hasn't lost too many matches in junior tennis.
In the doubles, we had some good chances, but we couldn't quite clinch them. But overall, as a team, I'm happy. We had a couple of good matches, and I think it's a good preparation for some of our conference matches in the future.
Let's dig deeper now and take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. One of the great perks of being a student at LTU is you get to take advantage of Career Services. Career Services offers a variety of services to help you in your initial steps in job searching and career preparation. The staff at LTU will help you develop or critique your resume, assess your interviewing skills, provide networking strategies with employees, and so much more. Students looking to connect with the thousands and thousands of incredibly connected alumni around the world have access to a platform that focuses on the jobs you are best qualified for. The platform is called Handshake.
Some things I used on Handshake was definitely look up the different companies that were coming to the job fairs. I saw that as one of the biggest advantages of Handshake. Giving a brief description of the companies and what they do and what they stand for, I thought was a really unique asset to the program and was something I used.
If you're interested in the most rewarding future possible, take some time to learn more about Lawrence Technological University. Your first step? Log on to ltu.edu right now.
The last team to win a WAC title was women's lacrosse.
The LTU men's soccer team.
Oh, it was men's. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
The WAC acronym stands for Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference.
I don't know. Is it Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference?
I have no idea what the LTU athletic slogan is.
What is that? I don't know.
Oh, Blue Devils there.
Oh, shoot. I knew that.
I'm Jason Ross Jr. To catch all of our live Blue Devil athletics, head over to the LTU Athletics YouTube channel or Facebook page. Coming up after the break, we spotlight some alumni in Detroit doing some big things, and we'll have the exciting highlights of our LTU women's lacrosse team.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain.
10-4. Tiger on the prowl.
Flavor fanatics will do anything for our one-of-a-kind flavored crust pizza with meal deals for every budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
FANUC America is the #1 supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation. Our certified automation training prepares students for high-tech careers and advanced manufacturing. Manufacturers use automation to maximize productivity. That's why high-paying careers in advanced automation are in demand today. Our CERT program provides manufacturers and educators a STEM-based curriculum centered on robotics and automation training. Contact FANUC to learn more about our certified automation training programs.
After a tough 2-goal loss last week against number 3 ranked Cumberland, the women's lacrosse team looks to bounce back against Calvin College. But before that, let's meet one of their former players in the first installments of our Alumni Spotlight.
I'm Paige Holcomb, graduated from LTU 2017. I played on the women's lacrosse team from 2013 to 2017. I graduated with a degree in architecture, currently pursuing my master's degree. Lacrosse was great for a lot of reasons. The main reasons probably being that it taught me discipline, which is kind of an obvious one, but it really did. And it taught me how to manage my time because, as many people at LTU probably know, architecture is not easy. It takes up a lot of time and a lot of late nights. So because I had to wake up and go to practice every morning, I had to make sure that I was working efficiently and managing my time. And it also helped me make some really good lifelong friends that I wouldn't have met otherwise. And I think it just overall made me a more balanced person. Fondest memory. I mean, probably just traveling with the team and spending time together, working hard and seeing our work pay off. We went to the Nationals tournament and played in that, and we did a really great job. So just seeing our team in the beginning go from a losing record in the end to being one of the strongest teams in the NIA was really satisfying and really great.
The big thing with Paige is that she's like the positive person on the team, and she always had something positive to say and nice to say about anyone. She didn't have a mean bone in her body. And for her, like for us on the field, she was kind of the spark plug. Like if Paige was doing well going after loose balls, then chances are we were actually doing well. And because she did so well, going after loose balls and in the big games is when we won. And some of it was like our Davenport games is when it really showed.
I currently work at Smith Group in downtown Detroit in the Guardian building. Smith Group is an integrated design firm and we have offices all over the country. I work in the workplace studio, which means I work on projects that have to do with workplaces all over Metro Detroit area. Actually, I attribute getting this job to a professor that I had. So definitely a lot of the connections I made at LTU helped me get this job, helped me get an internship, which led into a full-time job. But yeah, definitely had a big impact.
I think one of the big things is it's like that theory and practice. I think a lot of times our student athletes get that actual practice in their fields and they're kind of showcased in front of their employees. And I think that is something that's been very important, especially going from a student athlete to in the working force. And that's why I think many of our student athletes have jobs once they graduate.
I wouldn't change any of it. However, if I could go back, I would maybe tell myself what I was in for, because I pretty much came into everything having no idea and getting a little blindsided at times. But I mean, only made me stronger, so no, I would not change a thing.
Hi, my name is Matt Sherman. I play soccer at Lawrence Tech University. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man because he's OG. My celebrity crush is Kris Jenner because she knows how to make money. My favorite holiday is Flag Day because I like flags. My guilty pleasure is strawberries because they're delicious. My dream car is a Ferrari because I like fast cars. If I could have a trend come back, it would be 60s swag because I don't know why, I just like it. My favorite video game is Rocket League because it takes skill.
In their second game of the 2019 season, the women's lacrosse team was up against NCAA Division III Knights from Calvin College, taking place at the Country Day High School Fieldhouse. Early in the game, the Blue Devils were looking to get on the board first, just minutes in. Anna Gagnon, one of the top scorers, finds some open room here as she gets the feed from freshman Caddy Waits, and the junior finishes on the doorstep. LTU up 1-0. Late in the second half now with the ladies trailing by a pair. On the free run, Gagnon this time finding sophomore captain Kaylee Patterson for the quick score through a crowd of Knight defenders. LTU trailed Calvin at the half 7-6. Early stages of the second half now down by 1. Sophomore Ashley Sherry carries the ball down and around behind the net. She looks to feed, and who else but Gagnon for the dunk. She finished with a team-high 4 goals, and that would tie it up at 8. Late in the game, LTU down by 3 goals and looking for a late comeback. Waits from behind the net again, carries over and dishes to Gabby Larkin, who sneaks around the net and finishes low. The juniors' goal would cut the lead to 2, but would be their final one of the match, as LTU falls to Calvin College 13-10, the final score.
I think the disconnect was just our turning over the ball in the midfield. They're not taking care of the ball in attack. And then those 3 to 4 calls on the draw where people were just stepping over the line, those mental mistakes really hurt us, gave them more possession down there, and in turn they scored.
We have a lot to clean up, and we got to hit the gym, hit the wall. We really need to hit the ground running, and really from this game's in the past now, we just got to move in the present and keep our mindset in the future and just winning and getting the ball in the net and taking care of the ball, running up and down the field and getting in front of our players and playing smart.
What's up, everybody? I'm Spencer Iaquino. It is officially the postseason for both of our basketball teams, and we are going to give you all the exciting action as our men take on the Medina Crusaders and our women face Indiana Tech on the road. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
customers,
we are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
You've worked hard to raise your family and build a happy life for them. Don't let unforeseen circumstances jeopardize everything you've built. Planning for Your Future is a law firm that makes it easy and affordable to protect your family with estate planning, wills, trusts, deeds, power of attorney, minor, and elder care. The experts at Planning for Your Future will meet with you, prepare your documents, and make sure you understand what each does. So contact Planning for Your Future today to set up your free phone consultation, because your future begins now.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your team or school can sell paper pizza certificates that can be redeemed for one medium pizza at participating locations.
Hungry Howie's makes it easy. It's just a little mini pizza box, and we make lots of money, lots of dough.
Go to doughraiser.com to learn more and sign up. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
Blue Devil basketball is heating up as the WAC playoffs get underway. Coming up, we check out the women's semifinal game at Indiana Tech. But right now, the men's squad is just minutes away from their first round battle against the Madonna Crusaders. Let's roll the highlights.
In the first round of the WAC Conference Playoffs, our Blue Devil men's basketball team was on the road to face second-seeded Madonna Crusaders in their third and final meeting of the year. Both teams able to win at the other's home court this season, and this one would be the tiebreaker. Getting things going early was Jalen Bethel sizing up in the paint, going up strong and drawing the foul. The all-freshman team member would complete the three-point play to give LTU a 5-point lead. Late in the first half, the score was tied up at 20 apiece. Recently named first-team all-conference senior Ty Searles went off in this one as he pulls up from well beyond the arc and drops it for one of his team-high 36 points. The game was all knotted up at 32 going into the half. LTU came out hot in the second half, up by 5 now and looking for some insurance. Lots of good ball movement around the perimeter to Searles, who gives a nice dish to Bethel, and the big man throws it down with authority. He finished second on the team with 11 points. Later on, it would be the other starting freshman, sharpshooter Carter France, who misses the first attempt, gets it back in the corner, pump fakes a man, and then splashes to improve the lead to 8 points. But in the end, it was a game of runs, and Madonna went on theirs at the right time late in the half. Hitting one of many late threes here was Crusaders' Mark Meddy to cap off the night. LTU wraps up a historic season in an absolute grudge match, falling to Madonna 81-72, the final score from Livonia.
It's our culture. And the biggest thing that I left, I think, is our culture. Just a family atmosphere. No matter what, you know, the guys, you can see all the love that they have for me and the love I have for them. I think that's going to last longer than any skill or any talent that any of these talented guys that I play with have. Just a family culture, you know, we'll be brothers for life.
Much love to all my guys in the locker room, all my young guys. I'm excited to see what the future beholds for not only me and my fellow seniors, but everyone else as well.
I mean, those guys have been tremendous. I mean, trusting me as a first-year head coach coming in last year, going through what we went through, and then coming back better and then better leaders this year. So, I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, they're great basketball players. We all see that, but I can't say enough about the young men that they are. And so they've paved the way for many great things. They accomplished many great things here, and they're going to go on to do other great things in life.
After defeating Siena Heights in an overtime thriller, the women's basketball team was back on the road to face the Indiana Tech Warriors in the WAC Conference semifinals. LTU dropped both of the regular season matchups with the Warriors, but were hoping to flip the script in this one. Caitlin Smith feeds the newcomer of the year, freshman Kendall Fisher, who drives hard to the hoop and gets the Blue Devils on the board. Fast forward a bit with the ladies trailing IT by a pair. Senior Nicole Buckingham, who was named the WAC Player of the Year, started to get in on the scoring as her and junior Rachel Price play a little two-man game for the bucket, and we were tied at 6. Second quarter action now with the Warriors out ahead. Sophomore Taryn Klein has been crucial to the team's success all year. She sets up from the 3, pump fakes, drives, and finishes to help cut the lead. She finished with 19 on the day. But it would be Indiana Tech finishing out the half strong as they take a commanding lead, going into the half up 41-24. Second half, and the Blue Devils were fighting back from a big deficit. Off the missed shot, Fisher gets the offensive board, kicks it out to Klein, who hits the three from way downtown. She gives some life to LTU, now down by 15. Fourth quarter now, LTU trying anything to spark a comeback, down by a bunch. Senior Sherilyn Banis gets the pass from Fisher, and she would take it down the lane, pulls up for a nice jumper, and drops it off the glass. However, the Warriors would not let up in this one as the ladies could not stop the heavy offensive attack. A tough loss on the road to end the LTU women's basketball season. 89-65 the final score, but congratulations to Coach Kai and her squad on an amazing season.
Hey everyone, I'm Candace Burns. Coming up on the Lawrence Tech Sports Report, we're going to hit the court for some highlights from our men's volleyball game against Olivet College. And following that, we'll head over to get some helpful tips from our men's bowling team, so stick around.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be, because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class size at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Are you stuck in your job? Getting frustrated playing the waiting game for the next opportunity to advance your career? Let Blue Chip Talent help. As an award-winning talent acquisition company, our specialty is matching candidates with careers in IT and engineering. At Blue Chip Talent, we take a laser-focused approach to reaching your career goals. We have access to jobs you won't find anywhere else to help advance your career faster and easier. Plus, we take care of you. Employees receive industry-leading benefits and competitive perks. Don't waste another minute worrying because we are ridiculously good at advancing careers.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
In their third meeting of the year, the men's volleyball team is set to take on Olivet College. After winning the first two meetings, the Blue Devils are looking to get the season sweep on the Comets. Let's get to the highlights to see how this one played out.
We're here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse as the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils take on Goshen Maple Leafs for some men's volleyball. Let's start in the first set as Zach Narkowitz passes to Gospel Sua, who hits Joseph Belanda with a tip pass, and the senior hammers down the ball for the kill. LTU would win the first set 25-20. On to the second set, LTU is up 22-20 as Goshen tries to return a Blue Devil serve, but Belanda and Eckert combine for a big block. The Devils would win this set 25-23. Moving on to the third set, the Leaves tries to return a hard ball from Eckert, but Sua denies them with a massive block, pulling LTU within one. Later in the third set, game tied at 25, the boys in blue show some great teamwork as Sua runs way back, assisting Eckert, who tips the ball over the net. Goshen would return, but Sua is right there with the block. The Blue Devils wins this set 27-25. LTU wins this one in 3 sets, bringing their record to 10-10 on the season and 2-3 in WACLA.
We hit well. I'm pretty sure we hit it positive the whole game, but after that, passing is our forte, so we just got to work on a little bit of serving. We missed way too many.
Goshen was one of those teams that we knew if we came out and hit them pretty hard, we had more pieces than they did. So, we were able to execute on high level, and like Joshua said, passing is one of those things that we are able to stay in games because we pass well. We pulled it out. We gave them away a lot of points, but then we came back and scored just enough to win in 3.
Being home, we have a lot more fans. Most of the time on the away trip, we pretty much have none. So having fans cheering for us feels pretty good.
A lot of that is just focus. You got to tell them to keep focusing on the job. We've got to get better at scoring points in bunches. We leave too many easy points that we don't think is that important, and it turns out to be really important in tight matches.
Hey, what's up? My name's Cody, and here's your bowling tip of the week. In bowling, it's crucial not to only concentrate on strikes. Spares are very important in winning championships, and so you want to make sure you always concentrate on your spares and always make them. Thanks for watching LTU's Bowling Tip of the Week.
Sophomore Ashley Sherry carries the ball down and around behind the net. She looks to feed, and who else but Gagnon for the dunk. She finished with a team-high 4 goals, and that would tie it up at 8.
Coming up this week in LTU Athletics. On Wednesday, the 27th, women's tennis play at Wayne State for an early 1 p.m. matchup, and men's volleyball travels to Aquinas College. Game starts at 7 p.m. Kicking off the month of March, Friday the 1st, baseball plays at Olivet Nazarene in a doubleheader. Game 1 is at 11 a.m. and Game 2 will begin shortly after. Softball will play in the Union Classic. Game 1 is at 12 p.m. versus Union College, and Game 2 is at 2:30 p.m. at University of the Cumberlands. Women's lacrosse is home to face Georgetown College at 5 p.m. Saturday the 2nd, men's and women's bowling compete in the WAC Conference Championship. Men's and women's tennis both face off against LSSU at Franklin Athletic Club at 5 p.m. Baseball plays 2 games at Olivet Nazarene. Game 1 is at 11 a.m. And for the start time of Game 2, please visit the LTU Athletics website. Softball continues the Union Classic, playing West Virginia Tech at 11 a.m. and University of the Cumberlands at 4 p.m. Men's lacrosse hits the road to play Union College at 2 p.m. Wrapping up the week Sunday the 3rd, men's lacrosse continues their road trip at Reinhardt University. Game begins at 1 p.m.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on the LTU Sports Report, but make sure to join us next week when we meet a student athlete who's pulling double duty on the field.
For more on Lawrence Tech Sports, be sure to follow LTU Athletics on all social media platforms. This way you can get daily updates, stories, and highlights at LTU Athletics.
And don't forget to join us next week, Monday, 4:30 p.m., right here on Fox Sports Detroit. Until then, I'm Gabe O'Neill.
And I'm Jenna Skalski. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. And Stryker. Discover your strengths and follow your passion with us.